So you're running out of closet space. But the good news is you don't need to stop shopping. You just need to start selling with The RealReal. The RealReal is the world's largest and most trusted source for authenticated luxury resale. Whether it's that mini bag that can't even fit your phone or those boots you never fully broke in, The RealReal handles everything. From photography and copywriting to shipping and pricing. So you can just sit back, get paid, and make room for things that actually feel like you. And with 10,000 plus new arrivals every single day from top designers like Prada, Celine, Louis Vuitton, and Loewe, all for up to 90% off retail, you're bound to find something perfectly on brand to fill that extra closet space with. Plus, only for the month of January, you can earn up to $550 extra when you sell. Make room for what feels like you. Go to therealreal.com to start selling and earn up to $550 extra to keep shopping. That's therealreal.com. Terms apply.
Welcome to Uncluttered and Unfiltered, the podcast urging you to let it go and don't look back, with nationally acclaimed professional organizer Christine Stone and self-proclaimed hot damn mess radio and TV personality Eden Kendall.
Welcome to Uncluttered and Unfiltered. We're the podcast for women over 50. My name is Eden Kendall. This is Christine Stone. She is a professional organizer. I'm professionally unorganized, but it works. It works for us.
It does.
And we have an episode that delves into something that a lot of us are facing, and we're going to talk about downsizing older relatives and probably even your parents. And it's fresh on our minds because today on the local lifestyle and entertainment television show that I co-host, Christine was a guest, and she talked about this very thing.
Yes.
So it's fresh on our minds.
Yep.
We are going to talk about that. But first, we haven't really touched base since the holidays, other than we recorded another episode.
Right.
We did. So don't try to put this all in a timeline, please. But we didn't really talk in that episode about Christmas.
Yes.
So how was Christmas? Good?
You know what? It actually went really well.
Okay, because you were the guest and
I
not
was
the
the
host.
guest. Well, I ended up cooking most of the meals, so I kind of took over in that realm still because she has a new baby. The
Right.
baby's 3 months old.
And
So
for those who missed the episode, we did a whole episode called When the Host Becomes the Guest. It was about Christine was going to not be hosting Christmas for
Yes.
the first time ever
Ever.
at her home, and she was going to go to where her daughter lives with her new baby, her toddler, and her husband. Okay, so you said it was
So I'll
smooth?
start off by saying it was great. We had an Airbnb right down the street from her so we could walk to her house. So that was key because it was just so easy to go grab the toddler or go over there and relieve her. So it worked out great. I'm going to tell you what I loved most about it, though, was when I got home, I didn't have to clean up anything but
Nothing.
like 3 little things that I had done. And I can't tell you, I don't know if it's just me, but it was so refreshing. And I didn't realize how much I would love that part because when they come to visit me, I go all out. I mean, all out.
Yeah.
And because there was going to be no one, it's just me and my husband, I'm like, well, who am I going all out for?
Right, exactly.
So to come home, it was amazing. I mean, amazing. And
Good.
it just, I got to go right into the new year and I loved it. So, but everything went great and I really enjoyed myself. And I think I behaved myself too. I think I was really on my best behavior.
Well, we have discussed possibly having your daughter on
Yes.
sometime to
And she said
give her
she'd love
side of
it.
it. Okay, good. Well, we'll get that all
Yes.
arranged. That will be fantastic. Good. I'm so glad that happened. I had a story I wanted to share with you. It's unrelated to any of this, but it did happen just very recently. It was our son's birthday, and we took him and also his girlfriend, his beautiful girlfriend Abby, out to dinner. It was Chloe was out of town, so it was just the 4 of us, my husband and me and Noah and Abby. So it was a nice restaurant we were headed to. They're in my car. Abby and Noah, who are in their 20s, are in the back seat. My husband is in the driver's seat, and of course, like usual, I'm the last one to get to the car. The minute I cross the threshold of my house into the garage to then get in the car, unbeknownst to me, my phone has attached to CarPlay.
Oh my God.
And I was listening to a rom-com, a book, a romantic comedy book that had witty banter, which is why I chose it, but it also had some extremely steamy, explicit sex scenes.
My
Which
goodness.
is what was playing
Oh my gosh.
when I got in the car.
Oh
so
my gosh.
I want you to picture my son and my son's girlfriend, Abby, and my husband in the car, and immediately on the radio, loud, is this, and the narrating is always so cringy, you know,
Yeah.
for those scenes. And it was a man's voice.
Right.
So I tugged down her lace panties,
Right.
blah, 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 and it's going on and on about this very outrageous sex scene. And I'm losing my mind, and I can't get it to turn off. I'm trying on my phone to get it to turn off.
Yeah, I never know
I'm
how to
trying
turn
on my
off
radio.
the thing.
So I finally reach over. Steve is backing the car out, and I turn off the ignition. He lost his mind.
Oh my God.
Lost his mind. The argument that ensued, I mean, he was
I can only imagine.
He was obviously right. But he did end up having to take back, you know, saying that it was dumb. Like I said, I did a dumb thing. I'm not dumb, you know.
Well,
but it was
probably
really,
because he's thinking from the man brain, like,
like,
you're going
you're
to
gonna-
ruin the transmission,
Correct.
or, you know, not
what if
from
we-
our brain. Our
Yeah.
brain wouldn't even think that.
And he's like, what if we were on the highway? I'm like, I wouldn't have done it. First
Right,
of all,
if you were on the highway.
If we're in the driveway and I'm losing it, I'm so embarrassed. And I know how dirty this book gets. So, I mean, you're just, it was,
See, even technology gets you in the car.
it's out to get me.
Because I never know. I would never know how to turn my phone off from connecting to the car, because once you do, you never get it back.
Right.
I swear.
Well,
Ever.
I usually plug it into something. It just decided Bluetooth was the way to go, and it just decided to entertain the troops. It was really, really embarrassing. So that was my little story from this past week.
Yeah,
So
well, at
anyway.
least you read, or
Yeah.
listen.
That's true.
You know?
Oh, and speaking of getting older, and we're going to talk a little bit about memory and things like that when it comes to your aging parents and downsizing. But I did have a very senior moment, as they used to be called, last night. I turned on my shower, got it really nice and hot, started doing some other things.
I've done this.
Well, in the course of that, my husband told me he was going to run up to the grocery store. So then my daughter calls, and I'm FaceTiming with her. And in my mind, I'm getting more angry that my husband is taking up all the hot water in the shower, which he's not in because he's at the grocery store. And then he calls me from the grocery store, and it rings in because I'm on the phone anyway. And I'm like, how is he calling me? Okay, I'm the one using all the hot water. I had that shower running at least 15 minutes.
You don't understand how happy this makes me, because I always feel alone when I do things like that now, when I forget that I've done. It could be anything. I can leave the shower. I've left the shower on before and forgot, and just went about vacuuming and doing laundry, and then I'm like, what's that noise? Oh my God, I forgot I'm running the shower.
I was literally getting hot under the collar at him for taking such a long shower. What if I didn't have any hot water to use? Which is really very rarely an issue, but...
Yeah, I think, you know what I call this, though, when you have too much on your brain, like too much going on, that you forget about something that's not really that important, like, taking a
like I
shower,
turned on the
whatever,
shower.
when you're talking and FaceTiming. And it's multitasking, but something gets, thrown to the side that's embarrassing.
So that's, it's crazy. Anyway, okay, so like we mentioned, you were on our television show today, and you talked about making space for a new chapter.
Yes.
And by that we mean your aging parents are downsizing, your great Aunt Bertha is going into a retirement home.
Yep.
It could be a lot of different things. So there's a lot to that, and there's a lot of anxiety, and there's a lot of heartbreak.
Well, this is like a trending thing right now. So many people are going through this because we live so much longer. And so they're dealing with aging parents. And in the past couple of years, I've had so many adult children call to help them get rid of all their parents' stuff, because they have to go into assisted living and over 55 community, or they're just downsizing to like a 1 or 2 bedroom condo apartment, and they can't take a household full of stuff in a house they grew up in, probably 30, 40, 50 years they lived there. So it's a real task. And when you're dealing with adult children and elderly parents, it can get very, very heated sometimes because you're wanting the parent that you used to know, and they're not really there anymore. I mean, they're at a different phase of their life. And I'm not talking just if they have dementia, if they don't have dementia, just they don't have the energy.
Yeah.
They don't have, they're making a huge change in their life and they don't like it. So there's so many things wrapped around it.
And, it's hard to think about people not having the energy, but just recently I was in a circumstance where I was like, I just don't have the energy for this conversation. And it was about something very mundane around the house. Sometimes you just don't have the energy to address even the simplest decisions.
Right.
So
Let alone big ones.
Let alone big ones. So you've put together 6 tips that I thought were so spot on. So let's run through these 6 tips. And it started with one that I think everybody can use at any stage of their decluttering
Right,
journey.
that's true.
And that is?
That is, before you even start, know where the items that you're getting rid of are going. If you don't do that, it ends up just being in piles all over the house and it causes more stress. It doesn't make the situation better. It makes it worse, especially for the person that you're decluttering, which is a mom, a dad, whoever it is, because they will pick through that. They will have regret. They will say, now, wait a minute, or a family member will come over and say, why are you getting rid of this? And make them feel guilty, and then they'll want to put it back. So it's so important. Where are you donating it? Is a relative coming over to take some of the furniture? Are you consigning items? Whatever you're doing with them, have a system. And I like to use the painter's tape, Post-it note, whatever you want to do to have a system on who is taking what. So it doesn't get confusing if you're doing a donation pickup and you don't want them to take something that you're giving to a relative. You want to have this really planned out, and I can't tell you how important that is. So that's the first thing. Don't even start the project till you decide where everything's going.
Okay, because if you were to just say, this plant right here, it's not going to stay, if you put it in a pile with something else, then you have to sort twice, because now
Right.
you have that other pile you have to go through and say, okay, but of the things I'm not keeping, what goes where? This time you're just immediately going gift, donate,
Right.
throw out.
It's usually keep, donate, give to family and friends, whatever you don't want, but you think it's valuable enough to give to one of your family members, and junk removal.
Okay.
I mean, you want to keep it very simple. Do not give too many categories. Really make it simple. And also, having a staging area, whether it's a garage. For me, I prefer a garage unless it's the heat of summer. Then I usually pick a different place because we're in Florida. But having a garage where you take things that you do not want, or a guest bedroom, someplace you could stage it so that everything is in one place. Having things all over the place will just get to be a disaster as the process moves on.
Okay.
So having a staging area. The next thing is, when you're dealing with elderly parents, you need to go small. You need to do small areas and complete them. Whether it's start with just one bedroom and nothing else, because their stamina is not going to last long and they get frustrated. So you need to pick one area at a time. It will take longer, so know that. It's just reality, though. You cannot go in there and say, we're going to do the whole house. It's too overwhelming, and you're forgetting how emotional this is going to be. So start with one area and finish it, and know that you have to work in shorter windows when it comes to decluttering a house that you're dealing with older people.
Okay.
So that's one.
Hi, it's Eden. I'm on TV every day, so how I look on camera and how I feel in what I'm wearing really matters. And that is why I love Armoire. I can rent beautiful, high-quality pieces that fit my style. I can wear them on air. I can wear them out to dinner. If I'm going on a trip, it's so easy to pack. And then I swap everything for something new. Now, Christine, who is, of course, a professional organizer, loves this, Because clothing rental, like from Armoire, keeps your closet from overflowing with clothes that you're never going to wear. With a clothing rental membership, you can build a stylish and very personalized wardrobe without any of the hassle and expense. First, you take a quick 5-minute style quiz. You pick your favorites. Then your items arrive at your door in as little as 2 days. And we love that Armoire is women-founded and women-led, and they even spotlight women-owned designers. Right now, try Armoire and get up to 60% off your first month. That's up to $150 off. Just check out armoire.style/UU podcast. That's ARMOIRE.style/UU podcast. It's in our show notes. Try it today and never worry about what to wear again. Uncluttered and Unfiltered is supported by Hearts for Minds. Mental health doesn't have to be a silent struggle. Hearts for Minds is changing the conversation, breaking stigma, and building bridges to better mental health care. Through QPR training and awareness programs, Hearts for Minds is equipping communities with the tools to recognize warning signs and connect people to life-saving support. Whether you're facing a crisis or just need someone who understands, Hearts for Minds is your helping hand. Hearts for F-O-U-R, minds.com. That's heartsforminds.com. And join the movement. Together, we can save lives.
Going back to setting realistic expectations, it's really hard to know how much emotion's going to come into this until you start going through things. I see it all the time because it's my business, but people are always so shocked how one little thing can stop you in your tracks. You could have to talk about it for 20 minutes. There's a story behind it. So just be realistic on how long this is going to take. That's why I always tell people, if you need to be out of a place in 3 months, start early. Don't wait till the end, because it's going, whether any time, whether you're moving, dealing with elderly parents, you want to start early. Don't wait until the last minute, because emotions always get thrown into it. So especially with all the sentimental items, and then you're going to have to figure out what to do with those sentimental items that they want to keep. So do you want to create a memory box for them? Do you want to take a picture for them and let it go and make a photo album for them? Whatever it is, decide ahead of time what you're going to do with all the sentimental items. Does a grandson want it, or somebody else in the family want all this memorabilia from their child? Whatever it is, decide where it's going to go.
Okay, so we've got realistic expectations. We're starting small. We're making a plan. And then we took a break on the TV show there. So that's why we kind of naturally were like, let's pause. Okay, so moving forward now, we're back at it. And what's next?
In order to get through this, you need to ask guided questions. And that means you want to ask, have you used this in the last year? Will this work in the new place you're moving into? Will it fit? These are questions that are simple sometimes, yes or no, or if it's a maybe, then you will have a maybe pile. And it's okay to have a maybe pile and go back and revisit it. If you are successful at this, the maybe pile will become a to-go pile. I've seen it all the time.
Okay.
Once they really get rolling and they see how happy the decluttering has made them, then the maybe pile becomes usually a to-go pile. So asking guided questions will help you get through this, and celebrate the progress. I cannot tell you, especially when you're dealing with people of a certain age, really celebrating, oh my gosh, look at that. We did the whole entire garage. This is amazing. Tomorrow we're going to tackle this because you did such an amazing job. You may act like, well, it sounds like you're talking to a child. It's not that you're talking to a child, but everyone likes to see they've accomplished something, and they want to know that. They want to feel like the day wasn't wasted. They want to know that, oh, wow, we did my whole entire bedroom. I can't wait till tomorrow when we tackle the home office or the kitchen. You really want to really celebrate the milestones. I do it all the time, and it really does work.
Okay.
It really does work. And of course, last but not least, hire a professional organizer. I cannot tell you how experienced we are in this, and we are not emotionally involved, so we can step back and we can kind of be the mediator. And I just had a client and her daughter, and this worked wonderfully. She was so happy to not have to do the things that is my job. Like, I'm the one that made sure everything was donated and went to where it was going to go. She didn't have to worry about any of that. If her mom got stuck on something, I was the one that could give the questions and really give the nudging, and it worked perfectly. So if you really, really do not think you could do this, and you want like the referee, the person in the middle, hire a professional because of their experience.
What are some things that you should ask someone if you're considering hiring them for this particular kind of organizational project? Should you, maybe ask them if they've experienced this particular kind of thing before? The only reason I ask that is because, there are a lot of reality TV shows out there, and there are some where they'll portray an organizer as someone that's, iron fist, don't you dare put that back. And then there are others that are just more gentle, and your relative better than anyone from the outside. So
that's a good question. And the reason why that's a good question, because I have people ask me, so what is it like? What are the steps? And also they give me the information I need. Like, if you're going through with someone over 55, 65, 75 that has memory issues that are now a concern, whether it's the start of dementia, Alzheimer's, whatever it is, the organizer needs to know that, because that's a big deal on how you're going to handle the situation, because they generally remember things like from the past, that they can remember everything from the past. It's just 5 minutes ago, 10 minutes ago, an hour ago, they have a problem with. So that makes it even harder, because they love the memories. Those are good times for them. Those are something that I can't tell you how many times you're dealing with someone who starts crying, and then you're getting like all teary-eyed because you're a human being. And so you really do want to know what is going on. Are they mad they're moving out of the house they've been in for 50 years? That's something you need to know too, because you don't want to go, come on, let's get this show going, because that's not the way to handle that. They don't want to move, but they have to move. So you need to know all these things when you are hiring a professional organizer, and you need to meet with them for a consultation before you hire them to make sure your personalities mesh. I always say that because every organizer is different and does things in a different way. And you want to know that you can kind of click with them.
Have you ever had a scenario, and I'm totally putting you on the spot right now, we have not talked about this. Have you ever had a scenario where you sat down with somebody and they were the one hiring, but it's somebody else they want to get organized, and you've had to tell them, listen, I'm not going to go in there and just pound my fist. We're not going to do it in a bullying fashion.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Also, I have people who I meet with, and they don't want to get rid of anything.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, that will never work, because mostly 100, not even 99.9, 100% of the time, if you don't get rid of things, you're not going to be happy with me and the end result, because it's always about having too much stuff that you no longer need or use or want or even like. And only until you're getting into it do you know, oh, wow, she was right. And I've been doing this for over 15 years, so that's one thing I do know. And that's why I think a consultation is so important, because when someone says, well, I don't want to get rid of anything, then I always end up saying, then when you are ready, you know where I am, feel free to call me, but I don't want you to be disappointed at the end. I want you to be super, super happy and say, wow, I couldn't have done this. This is great. And you won't be if we get rid of absolutely nothing. You just won't be. So, yeah. I'm honest, but I'm not, fists up and get rid of that. And that's one thing I think people are really surprised about, at least me, I don't know about other professional organizers, they think I'm going to come in and tell them to get rid of everything. And when I don't, when I say, you know what, I think you need to keep that. I think that's something you're going to regret getting rid of. They're like shocked because they think my job is just to go in and tell people to get rid of everything. And it's not. It really isn't. It's to get rid of what you don't need and reorganize so that it's functional and creates peace. And you know what I mean? Just creates a home that you feel peaceful in.
You can enjoy what you have more.
Right.
When it's not surrounded by 10 things that you don't even
Yes,
use.
exactly.
I've experienced that. Oh, I have one more thing I need to tell you.
Uh-oh.
So, okay, this is an organizational thing. So if you go back in our catalog, you'll see that a while back, Christine helped me organize my closet. And one of the things she did was put in a little drawer system in the closet that was a lot of my workout clothes, because at that time, the way I lived my life was I went to work in the morning at a radio station. I wasn't on TV. There was a 2.5-year period where I didn't do TV. So in the mornings, my day, I put basically workout gear on, went to work at a radio station, then went to the gym and did all these things. So that's how we did it. Well, my life is different now.
Right.
And so the other day I thought, why am I in the morning leaving my closet to go to get my hosiery and my underwear and what I'm going to be wearing for dressing up, my earrings and all of that? Why am I doing this? So I made a swap.
I love that.
In the course of it, I purged,
Yep.
but I made a swap. And now that drawer has things that I need to get ready for work in the morning. And all of my workout clothes are in a dresser in another room, and I packed that the night before. So.
And how are your mornings now that you did that?
So much nicer. I'm still in the very beginning phases of getting used to it.
Yeah, well, it does take some time.
It's only been a week back to work since the holidays, so I'm in the very beginning phases. But I've forgotten a few times, but the few times that I have remembered, it's like oh my gosh, how exciting. My bra is right here in the closet with the rest of my outfit.
Well, the new year is the best time to do that, by the way. You look at what is my year going to look like now. Mm-hmm. Like you said, you used to work where you could go in workout clothes. Now you have to dress up. So what is your life like now? Your closet should reflect that. Mm-hmm. So if you used to work in a suit for a company or, and now you work from home, you should declutter your closet and really make room for the things that are going to work for the life you're living now.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes you just have to think about the logistics of it.
Right. Exactly.
So anyway, okay. Well, this was.
Proud of you.
Thank you. Listen, I learn and I grow from this podcast, and our sincere hope is that you do as well. And you may have learned in another episode that our goal for this year is to double our numbers of listeners so that we can grow our community. And the way that you're going to help us with that would be sharing us with just one friend, one sister, one cousin, your college roommate, whoever.
Right.
Just tell one person about us. They don't have to love us, but they can at least hear about us.
Yes.
That would be great. So thank you.
And if we reach our goal by this time next year, we're going to have a party.
We're going to have a big party.
Yes.
You're going to want to buy like plane tickets and a hotel, book a hotel
It's going to be
room.
great. Have a DJ.
Come to Florida. Play the oldies.
Yes, play 70s, disco.
70s and 80s. And then also we'll start at 5.
Yes, and be done by 8.
Yeah. So, okay. Remember, with all things, whether it's, holding on to a tchotchke just because it makes you remember something that you didn't even enjoy doing back when it happened.
Right.
You can let it go.
And don't look back.
If you're a podcast host, listen up, this one's for you. My name is Allie Jackson. I'm the host of Finding Mr. Height, a dating and relationship podcast that I've been doing for 4 years now, sharing my positive and practical approach to dating that's built on my own life experience. And I wanted to share another experience that I've had, my secret behind monetizing my show. It's called Red Circle, and I was just telling my colleague about how much I love their platform. With Red Circle, not only am I getting a seamless hosting experience, but I also love the support I receive in ad sales. It's not just typical ad sales either. It's targeted targeted opportunities based on my show and my life. And the platform is super simple. You just set your preferences and Red Circle matches you with sponsors that align with your show. You can vet every opportunity and their platform gives you great analytics. More recently too, my Red Circle team has brought me opportunities outside of my podcast on social media to really augment the podcast partnerships, bring them full circle. I just can't recommend them enough. If you want to give it a try, go to redcircle.com to get your free trial. That's redcircle.com for a free trial.